Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Joy with Intention podcast. I'm your host, Joy. So lovely to have you guys here. So today, actually, I have to explain my actions. I haven't been on the podcast in 2 weeks now. Whoops. But that's because it's summer, guys. Okay. I've been, holidaying. So, but I'm back and that's all that matters. So, um, we've got another episode today. I'm so glad you guys are here. Um, Today will be more of a comforting episode. Um, I think this will definitely be if you need a reminder when tough times come, or if you are going through something right now and you kind of need a reminder, or you're just having a bad day. Yeah, I think this episode will just be pretty much a little reminder for you if you need it today. And if you don't, well, I'm still really glad you're here. So, um the inspo for this episode came from an Instagram post that I came across not too long ago. I think it was about a week ago. And I saw it and I saved it because I was like, wait, that's actually so true. Because I think when bad things happen or bad days happen, or maybe you are like me, you've had times and you've been in such a bad mental state, and then you've worked so hard to get out of it. But then you have one bad day and you think, oh my gosh, I'm slipping. Everything that I've worked for, it's basically been reversed. It's now there's basically no use anymore. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I basically feel like I've gone back 10 steps. This is a reminder that really resonated with me, and I just thought I'd share it with you guys. So there's this girl on Insta, and she makes these amazing posts. I'll link her account down below. I'll link actually her post down below so you guys can go find her account and follow if you wish. But this was what the post said, and it just really resonated me. Resonated with me. So I just really wanted sorry guys. I just really wanted to center the episode around this post today. So she says, when bad things happen, you think you'll be okay, but then you feel the hurt. So learn to say, I allow myself to feel whatever I need to feel when bad things happen to me. The truth is, you will never be ready to face separation, rejection, or even failure. No matter how many preparations you make, you will still feel the hurt and the pain. But the good news is, you're allowed to feel whatever you need to feel. It's okay to feel broken but strong at the same time. You can feel defeated but motivated at the same moment. Allow yourself to take some time to feel the pain. Allow yourself to feel defeated, to feel hopeless once in a while, because you will never know how it feels to be hopeful if you never feel hopeless. We know the light because we've been in the dark before, so it's okay to be in the dark before you find the light once again. Even here, even in the darkest moments of your life when everything hurts, you're okay. You're still okay. You still have time to put yourself together first. This world can wait. Well, the world can wait. In this kind of moment, fill your cup with love and support, gentle and patience. Oh, sorry, guys. Let me say that again. You still have time to put yourself together first. The world can wait. In this kind of moment, fill your cup with love and support and gentleness and patience. There we got it. It's okay to be in the dark. It's okay to feel like you're hitting a wall, because maybe the wall is there for you to lean on and take some rest. Until you find the light within you once again, take your time. Take as much time as you need. You're doing okay more than you realize. And this is the last slide. It's a little love letter. It says, I understand that sometimes it's just too exhausting to continue to fight. Sometimes you just want to quit as you never see the end of the tunnel, and whether or not you'll see the light around the corner. The journey seems endless, and sometimes you feel everything too deeply. It hurts, and you just want to numb it all. It seems easier just to numb it all and forget everything that once truly mattered to you. But in those kinds of moments, our moment of darkness, a miracle happens. It's in that kind of moment you will realize that upon hardships, there's ease. You're being put into heavy storms, but you're being given the strength to navigate the storms at the same moment. And in that kind of moment, you knew that everything in your life is a love story between you and the one who created you. Guys, I just thought that was something I knew I just had to save immediately, because it just resonated with me so much. And I think it's so easy for us to so often let everything completely go south once bad things happen, and we question, why is this allowed to happen to me? Why is this happening to me? Why do bad things happen to good people? What did I do to deserve this? When the matter of the fact is, number one, that's life. Hardships do come in life, but it's all character building. They do make you stronger, and it's all about perspective. It's all about how you choose to let the storm affect you. Are you just gonna sit there and wallow in the storm and let it completely tear you apart, or are you gonna keep walking through that storm until you find the end of the tunnel? Are you gonna keep going until you finally find the light? Because it's so true. You do not know the light if you're never in the darkness. You don't know true happiness, until you felt true sadness. You don't know pure joy until you've met emotions so deep as grief and whatnot. And all of them, in their own way, they're blessings, because they really truly build us into the people that we were always meant to be, because they strengthen you. Sometimes it's in those lowest moments that you meet the people who are always meant to be by your side. And more often than not, there's always a lesson that's gonna be learned out of that situation. There's always gonna be something that you can take away from it and that you can carry on in your daily life. And maybe, if you can even mentor other people about it. So like, that might be from, you may have been taught more resilience, more empathy, or maybe you've even been taught the importance of self-care. So like for me, when I was I used to struggle with my mental health quite a lot, like very severely. And I would find it so hard to look after myself on, even when I'm having a good day. So never mind when I'm having a really bad day. But I think I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going through the worst right now. Why don't I at least teach myself how to look after myself in the worst moment now, so at least when it does get better, I know how to do it. So I'd wake up. I was saying, I don't see the point in life right now. I don't even want to be here. Like, I just literally wanted to sleep my life away. Like, I was so hopeless and I was so broken, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to wake up, and I'm gonna tell myself, you know what? Who knows what today will bring? Maybe it will be okay. And it would be so hard to think those thoughts. It would be so hard to even try and be pessimistic. Like, the thought would just make me want to cry. Like, it was crazy. Um, um, and I'd even struggle, like, physically looking after myself, because I just didn't want to. And then even because, like, my mind was just so, my body would physically start to hurt when I did start to look after myself. But it's something that you have to keep working on, and it's something that you have to keep practicing, and it will get easier with time. But it's something that does have to be learned. And some of the best lessons that are learned, they don't come easy. They don't. Yeah, some of the most key lessons you've probably learned in your life, they're probably associated around a moment you probably would not want to relive again. But that's all part of the beauty of life as well. Even you'll find some of the most beautiful charities and foundations have been set up, and organizations have been set up by people who have been through so much pain and they've experienced loss, but they've turned that pain and that loss and that grief and they fueled it into something that can be constructive. Because it's okay to feel the way the way you do. It's okay to feel the consequences of what's happened or what's currently going on. But I think how you choose to react to things is so key. Are you going to choose to internalize it and basically make it a part of you and allow it to completely destroy you and demolish you? Or are you going to, obviously, you should allow yourself to feel those things. As she said in the post, it's part of being human. You can't just sit there and push those feelings to the side and then bottle them down and then think that they won't appear someday, because honey, they will. They will, and they will come, and it will probably not be cute, but you've got to allow yourself to feel them. It's like literally, like, it's like, imagine there's like a storm cloud over. You just keep walking. Just keep walking. It's gonna pass. You're gonna pass it. You're just gonna cross each other. But you allow yourself to feel the rain coming down. You allow, completely just walk through it and don't internalize it. Don't allow, even if it's just you're having a bad moment, don't allow that moment to become something into what it's never meant to be. Just let it happen and let it go. And that's like that's why I even say, like, even with emotions like sadness, that's normal, that's human. There's a reason why we all feel these things, but there's a difference between experiencing it and letting go, because that's what part of being human is, and then internalizing it and then allowing it to grow and flourish into something that it was never meant to be. And then also perspective, how you choose to react to things. I think so something that I personally held on to for such a long time was the victim mentality. I realized I didn't want to get better, and if someone came and asked me, did you want to get, I would have said yeah. I would have said yeah, I want to be better. But realistically, I was still sitting there every day just complaining about the way I was and how I was struggling so bad and how I can't get myself out. But I'd never even try and like properly, I'd be sitting there, I'd watch videos on YouTube, I'd save posts, but I'd never actually put the work in. And I literally, even I had my Bible on my bedside desk the whole time. I saw people saying, guys, Jesus is the only answer. Jesus is the only way. Jesus is the only one who can heal you and can bring you happiness and joy and peace. But I was just like, yeah, okay, okay. But it's crazy because in the word, like, Jesus literally tells us, he literally says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. And then even in the Psalms, it says he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. And you know, when Jesus says something, he doesn't lie. He doesn't. He's telling you. He's not suggesting it. He's commanding it. Come to me, all you who are weary, and I will give you rest. And I think that's when I started to actually find things like these. I was like, you know what? I've actually got to choose to pick myself up, and I've actually got to choose to see myself succeed, because I'm sitting here with a literal victim mentality. I don't want to get better. And also I think also the power of labels. I kept holding on to the label. I was getting better. I was progressively getting better mentally with each time, but I still kept saying, I'm depressed. I'm depressed. I'm anxious. Oh my gosh, I hate life. Oh my gosh, I'm depressed. I'm depressed. And I was still living in that identity that I no longer identified with anymore. And the thing is, the power of the tongue is so strong, and the power of your thoughts. The Bible says, as so a man thinketh, so he shall become. I think that's me paraphrasing, but that's basically the gist of what the verse says. Whatever you think like, you'll become. This is literally me speaking to myself as well. I'm literally having to remind myself this as well, because I think the victim mentality is something that we all tend to hold, majority of us tend to hold on to at some point. But we kind of have to really let it go. And you have to stop watching those YouTube videos. Stop watching all this kind of stuff. That's like all these self-improvement things. And you actually have to go to the root of it. And sometimes just go in the mirror and tell yourself that you are amazing, you are strong, you are resilient. Like, actually, like, don't just say it, actually tell it to yourself and believe it. Talk to yourself as if you were talking to your closest friend. Because as I mentioned in the last episode, why is it we're so quick to comfort the people that are closest to us? We're so quick to go and forgive, look after people that we aren't even that connected to. We don't know their full story. No one knows your full story except for you. You don't know exactly to the absolute core what you have been through, and you don't know you. Sorry. Yeah, you're the only one who knows exactly to the core what you have been through and what you have had to fight to get to the point you are today. And that's the same, you'll never know for other people. So why are we so easy to go and fight for other people until we lose all our strength, but we can't even give that same fight for ourselves? Why can't we do it for ourselves? I had to ask myself, why can't I do that for myself? Why am I so quick to go and sacrifice myself, and not in the good type of sacrifice? It's like I'm literally putting myself at detriment for others, and then I sit there wondering, oh, why am I feeling so run down and so empty? Why do I feel like I have nothing left to give to myself anymore? Hello? Hello? Like, I think it's so key to actually understand, like, get to know yourself and really get to understand yourself. I'm on that journey right now. I'm getting to know myself. I'm getting to learn myself. It's still a journey, obviously, from being someone who's really suffered severely with their mental health and insecurities, and then having to, you know, evolve from that, and then now being as someone who doesn't really struggle with mental health. It's still obviously a bit of a battle, but I'm a lot better than I was before. I'm a lot better, and honestly, I can only say it's because of Jesus. Jesus is the only one who gives me the hope that I have right now, and he's the only one that keeps me going. I don't know. I think it's just something about opening the word and then spending time with him, and it just gives you a different type of hope. And I can only wish that for every single one of you as well. That type of hope and that type of peace as well. But I just want to let you know right now, whatever you're going through, this is not the end, okay? This is not the end. This is not the be all end all. This doesn't have to determine how your life goes for worse. It can in fact determine how your life goes for the better. How are you going to internalize the situation? Are you going to let it break you? Oh, wait. Because some situations break you, but sometimes they break you so you can build back up. Some situations have to break you from the person you used to be so you can be built into the person you were always meant to be. That's the difference, because some people, we get broken and we choose to stay there. We allow ourselves to stay there. But are you gonna be broken and allow yourself to be picked right back up and start being built back into the person that you were always meant to be? Which one are you gonna choose? Which path are you gonna choose to take? That's one that I had to choose to take. Cause it's so, I used to love sitting there and just feeling sorry for myself. I was like, oh no, I can't do this. Oh no, I'm gonna be like this forever. Oh my gosh, I did deserve to be happy. But it's like, do you actually want to be happy? Do you want to get better? You know? Are you gonna choose to see this situation with a different perspective? Are you gonna choose to actually remind yourself that just because you can't see the light at the end of a tunnel does not mean it's not there? Are you gonna choose that? I have to keep choosing it every day. It's not easy. I have to keep reminding myself every day. Literally, sometimes I'm literally on the brink of saying I give up. And then after, I just literally remind myself, he says, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. As a Christian, I have to remind myself that I don't have to carry this burden alone. I was never meant to. Because I've put my faith in the God that walks on water. I've put my faith in the God that literally split the Red Sea. I've put my faith in the God that heals the blind and heals the sick and the lame, and he restores the poor, and he raises the dead back to life. I've chosen to put my faith in that God, and he has commanded me to give everything to him. And he gets it as well because he experienced it too. He came and he humbled himself so much that he died on a cross for me. And he suffered with us. He suffered with humanity. He knows what it's like to be rejected. He knows what it's like to be resented. He knows what it's like to not feel heard or seen or understood. He knows what it's like to be outcast. He knows what it's like to be heartbroken. He knows what it's like to grieve. He knows what it's like to be tempted. He knows what it's like to feel shame and guilt because he carried that all on the cross. And once you realize that, especially as a Christian, I don't know, it just really, it changes you. It really does. And that's when you realize the true power of the cross and what he did for us. And you really do appreciate it. And I'm really starting to appreciate it now. And it's something that I'm still learning, of course, but it's a journey. Yeah, of course it is. Um, this has been quite a chaotic episode. It's been kind of all over the place. But if you've been able to stay, because my brain, it literally moves all over the place. It jumps from here to here to here to here to everywhere. But if you've been able to catch up with me and stick around, I'm so grateful for you. And I truly hope that, this has encouraged you in some sort of way and this has helped you, because that's all that I can wish. That's why I do this. Um and I just honestly want to thank you guys for the way you guys just stick around, you support me, and even on the socials, you guys come through every time. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better community. Like, we're so sweet. Like, honestly, I just love it. So yeah. And then just to finish off, I just want to finish off with another Instagram post that I found from the same account. And she says, you don't have to always know the reasons about why things happened the way they did. You just need to believe that things will eventually work out, even when it's not the way you expect it to be. Your prayers will be answered in many beautiful ways. And I always say that. Your prayers will be answered in many, many beautiful ways. And you never know which way the road could take you. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say to you guys. If you're going through something right now, just know I'm sending so much care your way and so much love your way. I'm always here to talk to. Throw me a message. I'm always here, and I love speaking with you guys. And I love to connect with you guys, and I'm just so grateful for the nice safe space we've all created and the community that we've created. So yeah. And also, if you are going through something, don't be afraid to reach out to people that you trust the most, and don't be afraid to ask for help, because that's something that I struggle to do quite a lot. Personally, I struggle to ask for help, and I know very well that I need it, and I bottle things up inside so much until it gets unbearable, and then I have a breaking point, and then I realize, oh my gosh, I should have just gone to someone and spoken to someone about it. And sometimes, even if you can't speak to someone about it, write it down, talk to God about it, do an activity that will help you release that off, or just literally sit there and pick up, even if it's doing like a video diary or recording an audio message and just speaking, because sometimes audibly speaking, it helps so much. So yeah, please don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Please, I'm learning this too. I'm learning this too, and I'm learning the hard way, guys. Speak up when you need help, because if you ask, you'll receive. But if you don't ask, how is anyone supposed to know? And how will you ever receive? So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that with you guys today. And thank you so much again for listening. I love you guys always. Hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're listening. And that you I pray for healing and guidance for you guys. I truly do. And yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Okay, that's me out. Bye.